You're here. I thought you might get scared and not show up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you really don't even think about. It's just simply I happen to be black and he's not. On screen, anyway.
Well, we've said it a couple of times. It was something neither of us were really expecting, but for some reason, when we walked into the room, we just really got along, and that kind of continued throughout the shoot, and it made every scene exciting and fun.
You know how in Hollywood, drama is practically a given? But when it comes to black actors, oh, the tea is extra hot. We're talking 20 black actors with messy on-camera affairs from steamy love scenes, like with Denzel and Sanaa.
You didn't put up much of a fight, did you?
To jaw-dropping scandals like that entanglement situation with Will and Jada.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Actors didn't just light up the screen, they set it on fire with some seriously messy love triangles, forbidden passions, and relationships that went way off script.
It's Hal Jackson.
This is Hal Jackson from Jackson Motors.
You mean the schmuck on the television with all the animals?
Let's delve in Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson's relationship was straight up Hollywood chaos before the internet could even drag people in real time. They met while filming Made in America and hit it off, even though Ted was still very much married to Cassandra Coates, his wife of 16 years. And this wasn't just some messy tabloid drama, it cost him. His divorce set him back a jaw-dropping $30 million, making it one of the priciest breakups in celebrity history. But the drama didn't stop there. The fact that they were an interracial couple in an era that still wasn't fully on board with that, yeah, people had opinions.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you really don't even think about. It's just simply I happen to be black and he's not. On screen, anyway.
And then came the real career-damaging moment. Ted showed up to a Friars Club roast for Whoopi in blackface, cracking jokes that were supposed to be satire. Whoopi, who was all about pushing the envelope, actually helped write some of them, but the audience wasn't laughing at all. The backlash was instant, brutal, and made a lot of folks in Hollywood give Ted the side eye. That whole mess wrecked their relationship, and not long after, they called it quits.
And she was actually born on Eddie's birthday, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think my child has a cosmic sense of humor.
Next, Eddie Murphy and Mel B. Eddie Murphy, and Mel B's relationship went from zero to intense real quick. They met at one of Eddie's dinner parties, and according to Mel, the attraction was instant. She said it was crazy, but in a good way. And before they knew it, they were practically glued to each other, even talking marriage. But just as fast as things took off, they crashed and burned. By the time Mel realized she was pregnant, the cracks were already showing. Then, Eddie went on live TV and completely denied knowing if the baby was his. When asked if he was excited about the baby, he straight up said, "I won't know until there's a test." That one line blew everything up, and suddenly their breakup was everyone's business.
Heartbroken for a long time. The only thing I can take from that is that I know what a loving, respectful relationship is, because I had that with Eddie.
Mel later gave birth to their daughter, and a DNA test confirmed Eddie was the dad. But at that point, their relationship was beyond saving. For years, things were messy. In her memoir, Mel even called Eddie the love of her life, saying their breakup completely wrecked her.
He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
Next is Jada and Will. The entanglement between Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina took over the media in 2020. It all kicked off when August went public in an interview, revealing that he'd been romantically involved with Jada while she was still married to Will Smith. This caught everyone off guard, especially since the Smiths were known for being open about their non-traditional relationship, but this was a whole new level of transparency.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
The backstory of their relationship goes way back to when Jada met August through her son, Jaden. Word on the street is, August was dealing with some serious health struggles, and Jada, being the caring person she is, became a support system for him. What started as a friendship gradually turned into something more, especially during a rough patch in Jada and Will's marriage. Jada later explained that she and Will were actually separated when she and August got together. When the news dropped, it caused a huge stir, and we got the iconic Red Table Talk episode where Jada and Will addressed the drama.
You're here. I thought you might get scared and not show up.
Next is Chris Rock and Kerry Washington. Chris Rock and Kerry Washington have been at the center of cheating rumors for years, mostly sparked by a joke Chris made about being unfaithful in one of his stand-up specials. The gossip picked up when he hinted at an affair with a big star, with many pointing to Kerry. Their on-screen chemistry in I Think I Love My Wife only added fuel to the fire. Rumors claimed their affair lasted 6 months while both were in serious relationships. Kerry engaged to David Moscow and Chris married to Malak Compton Rock. However, sources later suggested Chris may have exaggerated his involvement with Kerry for comedic effect, pulling from his troubled marriage for laughs.
I cheated. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm not bragging. I cheated. I was like on the road and I ended up sleeping with 3 different women.
Kerry never confirmed the rumors, and David Moscow stayed silent, which only fueled more speculation. Today, Kerry is happily married to Nnamdi Asomugha, while Chris is dating Megalyn Etchikun-Woke after his 2016 divorce, but the affair rumors still surface now and then.
It was too hot inside. I had to come outside for a minute.
Next, Wesley Snipes and J-Lo. Wesley Snipes and Jennifer Lopez? Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the rumored fling between them ever since they teamed up for Money Train. On screen, they were love interests, but behind the scenes, not so much. J-Lo has opened up about how uncomfortable working with Wesley was for her. Apparently, he didn't just keep things professional, he made some persistent moves on her during filming, and let's just say, she wasn't having it. She talked about how his behavior during their more intimate scenes really put her in a tough spot, especially since she was still new to the industry and didn't have the confidence to shut it down. She's admitted she felt naive at the time and didn't know how to set clear boundaries, which she regrets now. All this drama on set didn't exactly help their working relationship, and it's believed to have added some extra tension during the movie.
Yeah, I see that.
One knows his way around machinery. Good hands.
Next, Mekhi Phifer and Elika Portino. Mekhi Phifer found himself in an awkward situation while filming some steamy scenes with Elika Portino. The two had serious chemistry. Word on the street is, during the filming of the S scenes with Elika, Mekhi got a sexual attraction from her. It helped them to make the sex scenes more intense. But Phifer was married at the time, and the sparks between him and Elika made things complicated. Some even speculated there might be something going on behind the scenes, but Mekhi spoke up about the struggle of filming love scenes when you're in a serious relationship. It's not easy juggling professional chemistry with personal commitment.
Dr. Waters, look what I'm doing to your daughter.
Next, Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell. In 1997, things got real messy when Tisha Campbell sued Martin Lawrence, claiming he harassed her on set and made her feel super uncomfortable. This lawsuit sparked a whole media storm, especially because their on-screen chemistry and Martin had people wondering if there was something more going on behind the scenes. The drama made things super tense on set, and it didn't take long for the show to fall apart. Neither Tisha nor Martin ever confirmed any kind of romantic relationship, but the rumors never went away. The lawsuit was eventually settled, but that whole situation definitely marked both their careers, and people still love to speculate about what actually went down between them.
And on the real, I'm tired.
Next, Nick Cannon and Christina Milian. Nick Cannon and Christina Milian's relationship was so full of drama, it practically begged for a headline. They were this hot couple in the 2000s. They were both in that movie, Love Don't Cost a Thing, but behind the scenes, things were a mess. The real scandal broke when Christina accused Nick of cheating. She didn't hold back, talking about how she found shady texts on his phone that basically proved he was sneaking around behind her back. Imagine finding out your boyfriend's been playing you like that. Yeah, she felt totally betrayed. Nick never owned up to anything, but the damage was done. Christina eventually said that the trust was broken and that was the end of them. The rumors about Nick seeing other women while they were still together didn't help, and it only added to the drama around their messy breakup. Even though they both moved on, the cheating rumors stuck with them for a while, keeping Nick's love life in the gossip spotlight for years.
You didn't put up much of a fight, did you?
Next, Denzel and Sanaa Lathan. Denzel Washington has always been super careful about his image, especially when it comes to love scenes. He's one of Hollywood's most respected actors, but he's also super mindful of his audience, particularly Black women. He's kept things pretty PG when it comes to romance on screen, especially with white actresses, to avoid stepping on any toes. A while back, rumors started flying about Denzel and Sanaa Lathan after they filmed Out of Time together. Their chemistry was undeniable, and since there were a few intimate moments in the film, people assumed there was something going on behind the scenes. Sanaa shut it down, saying it was all just a professional relationship and that people were reading too much into it. Despite the gossip, Denzel's kept his rep spotless, especially when it comes to his marriage to Pauletta Washington. He's kept his private life way under wraps, and even when affair rumors pop up, they never seem to stick. Denzel's always focused on his work and making sure he stays low-key and drama-free in Hollywood.
And you were
up-and-coming superstar in the NBA.
And did I know who you were?
You said you didn't, but I don't believe it.
I did not.
Next is Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union. Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union might be couple goals now, but they definitely had a rough patch. The drama started when Dwyane had a baby with another woman while he and Gabrielle were taking a break. Talk about a bombshell. Dwyane didn't hide from it and publicly acknowledged the situation. Gabrielle was hurt, of course, but instead of calling it quits, they decided to work through it. Gabrielle later talked about how hard it was to deal with, but she chose to stick by him, and they worked through the pain together.
Man, listen, let me tell you, I couldn't have gotten through that moment without her sticking with me. You know what I mean? Like it was we were in the playoffs, I think even in going into the finals that whatever year that was. Man, that was a rough time for me.
Their relationship came out of that mess even stronger, and they got married not long after. Gabrielle became a stepmom to Dwyane's kids, including the one born during their break.
Not a woman, come on in. Fell down on her knees.
Next, Michael Ealy and Halle Berry. Michael Ealy and Halle Berry's rumored fling definitely got people talking, especially after they starred together and Their Eyes Were Watching God. The chemistry between them on screen was so intense, it had fans and tabloids wondering if it was more than just acting.
What I'm saying is, well, you sort of got me at your mercy.
Their performances in the movie were super steamy, and because both of them were big names at the time, it felt like the rumors about them dating could actually be true. The film's passionate love story only made it all feel more believable, and the media went wild, imagining that their on-screen romance was just a sneak peek into their off-screen lives. But neither Michael nor Halle ever confirmed or denied the rumors. They both went on with their lives, with Halle continuing her high-profile dating life and Michael staying pretty private. Every time someone tried to ask them about it, they just kept quiet or changed the subject. So, did they date? Who knows? The whole thing remains one big question mark.
I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did. And in doing that, I know that I'm going to hurt the people closest to me, who I've talked to and apologized to.
Next, Kevin Hart cheating scandal. In 2017, a video surfaced that showed Kevin Hart in a pretty compromising situation with another woman, and of course, the media went crazy.
Involved with Kevin Hart a month ago. Since then, my pictures and my name have been released with lies written about me.
The clip, which was reportedly leaked by someone trying to extort him, forced Kevin to publicly admit that he had cheated on his wife, Eniku, who was pregnant with their first baby. The whole thing was messy, and Kevin didn't shy away from taking full responsibility for his actions. He hopped on social media to apologize, saying it was all on him and expressing how sorry he was for hurting Eniku and his family. Kevin didn't dive into who the woman was or any other details, keeping the focus on owning up to his mistakes and how he planned to do better moving forward. In interviews, he opened up about how fame and his own poor decisions played into it all. Eniku, despite being hurt, chose to forgive him and look toward their future together. Instead of calling it quits, they worked on rebuilding their marriage.
The fall from grace of a living American legend 50 years in the making. Bill Cosby's alleged questionable behavior had gone largely unnoticed for decades.
Next, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby went from being America's dad on The Cosby Show to one of Hollywood's biggest scandals. What started as some whispers in the early 2000s about Cosby's behavior turned into a full-blown storm when more than 60 women came forward with accusations of sexual assault and misconduct that spanned decades. These women weren't just random people. Many were aspiring actresses, models, and others Cosby met through his work in entertainment. Some even claimed the incidents happened while working on The Cosby Show.
I never saw any drugs, but I would wake up completely confused, half-dressed, and knowing that my body had been touched without my permission.
The accusations went way back, even to the 1960s, but it wasn't until the mid-2000s that the story really blew up. In 2005, Andrea Constant, a former Temple University employee, went public with a criminal complaint, accusing Cosby of drugging and assaulting her. As more women spoke up, it became clear that this wasn't just some isolated incident. A disturbing pattern emerged. Cosby allegedly used drugs to incapacitate women before assaulting them. Many women who worked on The Cosby Show also came forward. The Me Too movement really brought Cosby's case into the spotlight, making it one of the biggest stories to come out of the movement. By 2015, after years of legal battles, Cosby's image as a beloved TV icon was completely destroyed. His criminal convictions sealed his fate, and he became one of the most high-profile figures exposed by the Me Too movement. Cosby's fall from grace was a harsh reminder of how powerful men in Hollywood use their influence to take advantage of women and get away with it for way too long.
Times. Marriage is tough. Anyone will tell you that, ups and downs and all kind of crazy stuff.
Next, Carmelo and La Anthony. Carmelo and La Anthony's relationship was the relationship everyone was talking about for years. They got married in 2010 and were like the ultimate celeb couple. They share a son, Keon, and things seemed pretty picture perfect, at least on the surface. But, of course, Hollywood relationships don't come without drama.
Listen, I'm gonna address this one time and one time only, and I'm really only addressing it for my family.
In 2017, things started to go south when rumors surfaced that Carmelo had cheated with an actress he worked with. The gossip machine went into overdrive, and soon everyone was questioning what was going on behind the scenes. Even though their personal life was in the spotlight, they still worked hard to keep their son's life as normal as possible and tried to make it work. Fast forward to 2021, and Lala filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. After years of ups and downs, they decided it was time to call it quits. But just because the romance ended doesn't mean they gave up on their family. They've made it clear that their son comes first, and they've stayed civil and supportive of each other.
God knows I never meant to hurt you.
Next, Toni Braxton and Babyface. Toni Braxton and Babyface? Oh, the rumors. These two were like the dream team when they teamed up for their album Love, Marriage, and Divorce. Their music, fire, their chemistry, off the charts, and that's when the gossip started swirling. Fans and tabloids couldn't help but wonder if there was more than just business going on behind the scenes. But nope. Despite all the buzz, both Toni and Babyface shot down any talk of a romance. They've made it clear that their bond is all about respect and musical magic, not anything more. Still, the way they connected in the studio was so intense that some couldn't help but imagine they were more than just collaborators.
Group Mr. Taye Diggs and his lady, Broadway star Idina Menzel, are expecting their first child. Taye and Idina met in '96 when they co-starred in Rent, and they have been married for 6 years.
Next, Taye Diggs and Idina Menzel. Taye Diggs and Idina Menzel were a major Hollywood couple after meeting on the set of Rent. Their chemistry was undeniable, both on stage and off, and before long, they were married. Fans were all about them until the rumors started. Speculation about cheating and secret relationships swirled, but neither of them ever confirmed any of it. The gossip was out there, but nothing solid to back it up. Fast forward a few years, and the couple announced they were calling it quits. They said their busy careers and family life made things tough, but they were all about co-parenting their son, Walker, in a healthy way. No drama, no blame, just two people doing their best for their kid. Even though their marriage ended, they kept things classy and continued crushing it in their careers.
I think everybody has to define their relationship for themselves, especially when you're both working and you have busy schedules.
Next is Nia Long. Nia Long and Emi Udoka were also couple goals until things took a messy turn. Nia, a star known for hits like The Best Man and Boys and the Hood, had been with Emi for years, and they even share a son. But things hit a breaking point when news broke that Emi, while coaching the Boston Celtics, had an affair with a staff member. Oof, the scandal was huge, and it led to Emi being suspended for the whole NBA season. Nia, who'd been through almost a decade with him, handled the whole situation like a pro, staying focused on her family and career while the world was buzzing about the betrayal. She didn't get into the details, but it was clear she was hurt, especially since the whole mess was so public. In the end, the affair caused them to break up, and Nia kept her personal life mostly quiet, showing a lot of grace despite the drama.
You know, Jamie has never publicly confirmed that he is dating Katie Holmes, but there is no doubt now after the way they celebrated Jamie's 50th.
Next is Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes. Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes kept their relationship on lockdown for years, leaving fans to guess what was really going on. The couple kicked things off after Katie's divorce from Tom Cruise, but they were so low-key about it that no one really knew for sure if they were a thing. Despite the silence, they were spotted together now and then, sparking tons of rumors, though they never confirmed anything. Their whole "we're just friends" act had people wondering if there was more to the story, but there's no real proof they were hiding an affair. They both were single when they started dating, and for a while they kept it super private, kind of refreshing in a world where everything's broadcasted. Eventually they started showing up together at events, looking like they were having a blast, but by 2019, news broke that they'd split. And, as usual, They kept it cool and didn't dive into the drama. Their romance was quiet, but definitely had everyone talking about how two big celebs managed to keep something so personal away from the media circus.
I've said it a couple of times, it was something neither of us were really expecting, but for some reason, when we walked into the room, we just really got along, and that kind of continued throughout the shoot, and it made every scene exciting and fun.
Next is Will Smith and Margot Robbie. So, Focus had everyone talking when Will Smith and Margot Robbie's insane on-screen chemistry had fans wondering if there was something going on behind the scenes. Their flirty dynamic in the film made people think there could be more than just a friendship between the two. But despite all the buzz, both Will and Margot shut down the rumors, saying it was all in the name of good acting. And Margot, who was single, made it clear they were just friends who respected each other as co-stars. Still, the rumors kept swirling, partly because of the time they spent together filming, especially during those intimate, playful scenes. Fans and tabloids couldn't help but imagine there was more to the story.
Not just a fuck where we are. You can't control me, Harper. I'm not one of your little characters.
And lastly, we have Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut has had his fair share of rumors flying around, especially when it comes to his personal life. Being one of Hollywood's go-to leading men means he's no stranger to gossip, especially when it comes to possible cheating. A lot of the chatter stems from the crazy chemistry he has with co-stars in his roles, making fans and tabloids wonder if things are going down off screen. But Morris keeps his private life on lock. He's been married to his wife Pam for years, and the two have a family together. Despite the constant whispers about infidelity, Morris rarely engages with the rumors. Instead, he talks about how important family, trust, and respect are in his relationships, which pretty much says it all. The rumors pop up mostly because of the steamy, romantic characters he often plays on screen. With his charm and those good looks, it's no surprise people start talking. But no one's ever been able to prove the cheating rumors, and Morris's reputation is still mostly about his acting chops and the respect he's earned in Hollywood.